Tom was waking up the Sid. Then Sid said, "Why, what's the matter, Tom? I must call Auntie?" "No, never mind. It will be over by and by, maybe. Don't call anybody." Tom refused not to call Auntie. Sid said, "Oh, Tom, you aren't dying, are you?" "Don't, Tom." Both the brothers were fighting. Tom said, "Sid, you give my cat with one eye to the girl with golden hair and tell her." But Sid had snatched his clothes and gone. Tom was now suffering in reality. So handsomely was his imagination working, and his groans had gathered quite a genuine tone. Sid flew downstairs and said, "Oh, Aunt Polly, come! Tom's dying." "Dying?" "Yes, Auntie. Don't wait. Come quick." "Rubbish. I don't believe it." But she fled upstairs with Sid and Mary at her heels. Her face grew white and her lip trembled. When she reached beside, she gasped out, "You, Tom, Tom, what's the matter with you?" Means Auntie got angry that why Tom was harassing her. "Oh, Auntie, my sore toes mortified." Now Tom said what was happening. The old lady snagged down into a chair and laughed a little, then cried a little, then did both together. This resorted her, and she said, "Tom, what a turn you gave me. Now you shut up with nonsense and climb out of this." Tom and got angry, and she started scolding Tom. Aunt Polly, it seemed mortified, and it hurt so much that I never minded my tooth at all. Now, next excuse for giving about his was, "Your tooth." "Indeed, what's the matter with your tooth?" "One of them's loose, and it aches perfectly awful." "Open your mouth." "Well, your tooth is loose, but you are not going to die about that." "Mary, get me a silk thread and a chunk of a fire out of the kitchen." Now see, again the second excuse what Tom gave, that my tooth is aching. So now Aunt Polly, what she told Mary, that you bring one silk thread and chunk of a fire out of the kitchen. "Oh, please, Auntie, don't pull it out," said Tom. "It doesn't hurt anymore. Please don't, Auntie. I don't want to stay home from school." Aunt said, "Oh, you don't?" So all this row was because of thought you had get to stay home from school and go fishing. Now Aunt Polly realized that he was giving foolish excuses for not going to school. By this time the dental instruments were ready. The old lady made one end of the silk thread fast to Tom's tooth with a loop and tied the other to the bedpost. Then she seized the chunk of the fire and suddenly thrust it almost into the boy's face. The tooth hung dangling by the bedpost now. As Tom wended to school after the breakfast, he was the envy of every boy he met because the gap in his upper row of the teeth enabled him to expectorate in a new and admirable way. He gathered quite a following of lads interested in the exhibition. There was one who felt jealous of Tom's new glory and said that it wasn't anything to spit like Tom Sawyer. "You know, sour grapes," said another one. Yes, children, what do you learn from this Tom's story? That you should never give excuses for not going to school. Silly excuses are not allowed. You know that you have to go to school. This is your age, you have to study. But for timing, here you have to stay home, stay safe. Bye.